love Halloween. The one time of year when everyone wears a mask, not just me. People think it's fun to pretend you're a monster. Me, I spend my life pretending I'm not. Brother, friend, boyfriend, all part of my costume collection. Some people might call me a fraud. I prefer to think of myself as a master of disguise. Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again. Has to happen.
Open your eyes and look at what you did!
Look or I'll cut your eyelids right off your face.
style, animal style goes buck wild. I remain versatile.
Oh, there we go. Made it, lads. Made it. All right. It's been brought to my attention. You know, whether, especially if you're not a lifter and you're just kind of ended up here, people really don't know almost anything about nutrition, and not just, calories. People know what calories are. Well, I'm talking macros and specifically micronutrition, okay? People just kind of think, well, maybe I should eat that because it does have protein. Listen, if you're only thinking about protein, you're really missing like half the picture, probably more, okay? So obviously this is in context of building muscle while staying lean, but I think that, protein is only going to get you so far, especially in the quality of what you're eating. So that's very, very important. I think that you gotta, well, let's just skip this, okay? So we're kind of gonna go in a little bit of a circle. I'm gonna go from calories all the way through. So what is a calorie? It's a form of energy. It's a form of measurement of food, okay? Well, what's in our food, what we eat. Within calories, say you're eating a piece of pizza, okay? That piece of pizza has energy built up into it, okay? And it consists of protein, carbs, and fats, okay? Protein, I want you to think of it as like the essential macronutrient to build muscle. It's made of amino acids, and that's what actually builds new muscle tissue. You have to get a certain amount per day. It's super good for you in general too, okay? If you're not a weightlifter, I think everyone should be in the gym, but it's probably one of the more important macros for weightlifters in general, but I would also say for everyone in general. Spread it out throughout your day. You don't want to just eat all of it at once, and you want to make sure to get enough, okay? I'm talking good, high quality. Get enough of it. Meats, fish, dairy products like eggs. Eggs are beautiful, okay? This is just simple. You can also use a protein powder. A lot of people know what that is, okay? Next is carbs. I want you to think of carbs as the immediate source of energy. So when you're trying to lose weight and you have a lot of fat, that is your energy, okay? That is what you're using to, when they say burn fat, you're using that as your energy, okay? That's why it kind of sucks to sometimes be in a diet, especially if you don't have a lot. So I don't necessarily would be seen as someone who has a lot, but I have fat here and there's fat here, and I can use it as energy if I decide to cut and try to look freaky, okay? But for the main purpose of carbs, it's going to be stored intramuscularly. Glycogen, 3-to-1 ratio, 3 grams of water for every 1 gram of carb, and it's going to help you train harder. It's going to give you a better pump. Your brain literally runs on glucose. It replenishes your glycogen when you're depleted, okay? Honestly, you should be getting more carbs than protein, especially in a high form at this point. So when I say you need more carbs, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean to go and eat Snickers bars, Kit Kats, ice cream. Now you definitely can get away with that, but you still need your slow digesting. Potatoes are filling, rice is good, pasta, those are like the big 3 for me. And then for a more fast digesting carbohydrate, things like juices, orange juice, freaking fruit. Well, I guess we'll get to fruit and vegetables, but those come in handy. You want to go from, orange juice is my go-to. That's just the first thing I think of. But honey's a great one too. There's a lot. So, and then next out of the three is fats. Fats is going to be for your hormone health, your cell health. You need a certain amount of fats per day just to survive, okay? So you do need protein and fats to live. You don't need carbs, but they are the strongest tool you probably could use to enhance your muscle building journey, right? So don't push dietary fats, for a really long period of time. But some good sources of fats are like olive oil, avocado oil. Some people say seed oils. I skip that. It's going to cause more damage in the long run, honestly, in my opinion. Not that I'm like strict on it. I still consume seed oils. They're everywhere, but I try to avoid them, okay? Those are the big three. Super important, okay? You can break that down even further now, and you want to get to something called micronutrients and I guess just overall minerals, okay? Those are kind of bunched together. So you have your calories, you have your macros, and then this is going to be your micros. So it's going to be overall, are you gaining weight, maintaining weight, losing weight? How are you looking? How is your body composition? How are you going to feel? Like on a broad term, are you carved up and ready and strong, or are you flat? And then it's going to be really how you feel, okay? Micronutrients, how you mentally feel, how's your mental health. A lot of people, okay? One of the things that sparked me, don't even need to get into it, but someone I care about them, I know them, they'd rather be dead. They'd rather be dead. They just hate how they feel, they hate how they look, they hate their life. That's horrible. How are you going to live like that? That is just the most brutal, and it's not even like he's my age, he's much older than me. It's just brutal. There's such simple, it just takes a little bit of knowledge and you can fix your diet, and you would be amazed at how much better you actually feel. But, that's just a little bit of inspiration that started this. It's important to live life feeling good, okay? Like, no wonder you hate everything and you're so miserable all the time if you just feel like crap. Like, are you 24/7 sick? It's just brutal. Okay. Micronutrients. There's over 20 plus vitamins and even more nutrients. I can't get to them all. So I would just start off, if you haven't been taking anything, like you literally don't take any supplements, maybe just a general multivitamin wouldn't be so bad, okay? Like just a gummy, just take one serving a day. Probably not like a game changer, but it can't hurt, okay? It's not bad. But there are more important vitamins and nutrients that you can get into here, especially for weightlifting. The first one that I'm going to put at the very top, magnesium, especially magnesium glycinate. That is going to help with literally, you'll probably notice a significant difference when taking that compared to not. It's like your energy, your like a your like energy metabolism and your like muscle nerves. So like your nervous system, it plays a big role in that. It's going to help you sleep better. Some natural sources of that are like, I suppose, like nuts, probably like whole grain stuff, like green leaves, like spinach, but that's not enough. You need supplement. I would almost always supplement with that. So I have a supplement over here, and it says, I think it's 350 mgs, so that's a lot, but that's almost 100% of your daily value. So I probably still don't reach that, okay? Because I don't eat bullshit spinach and seeds all the time. But iron's an important one, so it's going to be more like oxygen transport in your body for energy, like production. So there's a lot of people sometimes don't get a lot of iron. I don't specifically supplement with that, but that's because I know I'm getting enough in my diet. I eat plenty of red meat. A lot of these nutrients and freaking vitamins you can almost like get enough of just from eating a lot of red meat. Red meat is one of the best things you can eat, okay? And people are going to tell you that it's bad for you, okay? I need you to do everything in your power to do your research and know that what they're talking about is complete garbage. When they think of red meat, they think of a Culver's butter burger, red burger meat, okay? Obviously that's not good for you. Okay, I'm talking about a steak, lean cut beef. Don't put 4 pounds of butter on it. Make it 800 calories per serving. Okay, lean beef with some seasoning and 0 calorie sauce. It's gonna do you so much better than, it's just whatever, okay? Calcium's a big one, bone strength, muscle contraction. That's found in a lot of like electrolyte supplements. I hear a lot of people say you don't need an electrolyte supplement. I'm dehydrated. Let's get this going here, actually. Woo. So I would say, first of all, the big three for electrolytes, I guess magnesium is one too, but sodium, potassium, magnesium. I'll just get to those right now. Sodium and potassium, I would just try to keep those equal. It's okay to have more sodium. That's like kind of what your natural balance is anyway. Like have a lot more sodium than potassium. But sodium is really good at bringing in water, okay? You're gonna retain water. And I wouldn't be afraid of it too. A lot of people think of heart problems when you have a lot of sodium. If you're consuming grams and grams of sodium and not sweating at all and not doing any movement, that's where you gotta get concerned, okay? Of course you're gonna have more problems then, okay? I'm having, oh my gosh, how are you having so much salt? You put so much salt in your every meal. You have electrolytes, you have your pre-workout, there's so much salt, you're having grams. I literally sweat my balls off when I'm working out. I do cardio, I'm sweating for an hour. I do a sauna, I'm sweating my balls off even harder. Like, of course I need it, okay? It's great for you to not have an exertion headache. It's one of the best. Sodium is an absolute necessity, okay? And it's better if you can find a table salt that you put on your food that contains iodine. Okay, iodine is a essential nutrient. You do need that. Some salts don't contain it. I'm sure it's probably more expensive to get one that has iodine, but iodine is good for your thyroid health and all that. That's not on here, but potassium, I say to try to keep it more balanced just because it's kind of harder to get more potassium. So a lot of people will say, oh, I have like my coconut milk or coconut water, and that's like a great source. Me personally, my best source of potassium is going to be oranges in general and orange juice. That's kind of where I get my majority of my potassium. But that kind of brings me into like fruits and vegetables. Just because you're a weightlifter or just because you're fat, you need to eat fruits and vegetables, okay? Specifically fruits, okay? You don't need to eat every vegetable. I don't necessarily love vegetables as much as I love fruits, especially it's hard to eat something you know they literally poisoned just to keep animals away, and then you think you can just wash it off and it didn't absorb any. Glyphosate, I just don't even want to get into that. But like asparagus, such low calorie, you could eat like a whole bag of them and you would freaking be full as hell. Like asparagus is so good. Put some salt on it, it's good. Some other corn is good for, I love corn. Potatoes, I suppose. I don't know, I guess that's kind of like the main things I'm thinking of, kind of blanking. But as far as fruit go, freaking everything. I need more berries in my diet, but there's fiber. They're low in calorie. There's electrolytes. Watermelon's really hydrating. Freaking potassium in oranges. Bananas have potassium and fiber. It's just like you need to eat your fruits and vegetables, okay? You could keep eating them all the time. That can be your candy. When you're dieting, that's your candy. When you're bulking, that's your you need those micronutrients. You need that hydration. It's just no negatives to eating that, okay? Simple sugars. Get this through your mind. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, the problem is you. Just being real. Let's get through this, okay? Zinc is another huge one. That's really good for, honestly, your testosterone, natural testosterone. Okay, zinc is really going to help with immune function. Of course, you need that copper ratio. So I have copper within my zinc supplement. That's within something else as well. It's also in my other thing. But, DNA protein synthesis and general metabolism. You can find that in meat, shellfish, dairy, and nut seeds. I can't speak. My last one that's not technically a micronutrient, omega-3s. Okay, I highly recommend omega-3s just because it's really good for your brains, your brain, your eye. I don't know. It's really good for your brain, your eyes. Kind of feel loosens up your joints, kind of. I don't know. I notice a good benefit from taking it. Salmon, it's going to be in a lot of fish, okay? Your EPAs, your DHAs, that's a fatty fish particular that you are. Fiber, get enough fiber in, okay? You know how many people don't think about fiber, okay? Fiber is actually a lot easier to get in than you think, okay? So obviously you can get it a little bit in throughout your day. There's a lot in fruit. I would definitely eat fruits that have fiber. But there's literally protein bars that have like fiber in them. So that's like a great thing to have like as your last meal. And then also like tortillas. I suppose those aren't like necessarily the best for you. Tons of fiber in them. Okay, I would definitely do that. And then along with like RX bars I eat, those have like 5 or 6 grams of fiber. Like there's things to do to get your fiber in throughout your day. You don't need to slam all your fiber at the end of the day. I just particularly think it's a better choice to get it in at the end of the day. Okay, get your fruits and vegetables in. Don't let that, you know, I hear a lot of people, chicken and rice. Yeah, chicken and rice, but where's the micronutrients? Well, there's potassium in my protein powder. Come on, guy. Come on. Let's do better than chicken, rice, and protein powder. Hydration. You want to absorb what you're drinking. Get some electrolytes, okay? You don't need to do an entire scoop of electrolytes and every time you drink water. I'd recommend a full scoop maybe for waking up. I have electrolytes with 16 ounces of water as soon as I wake up every time. Just to rehydrate. You're dehydrated from sleeping, okay? Micronutrients are not really about the amount either. So just because there's a recommended daily value, that's for someone eating a 2,000 calorie diet. Okay, you can eat a lot more than you think, and you also can overdose a lot more than you need to. You don't need 400,000% of your daily value in vitamin B12. Okay, you just don't need that much. Okay, it can be just as bad for you to have as much, like too much, as it is to not have enough. Okay. The last one I'm going to talk about is vitamin D. Vitamin D is huge for like, that's one that you can almost not overdose on. I take a lot of vitamin D and I try to get sunlight. You know, there's a winter where I am, so sometimes it's hard. That's why I supplement with it. But you know, immune function and bone health, it's just so good for you. It's gonna help with your muscle function. Get your sun exposure. Natural vitamin D is gonna be the best form. But I mean, come on. So protein, carbs, calories, fats, micronutrients. This is going to be how you look, how you feel, whether you're gaining or losing weight. This stuff is just, I kind of just went over important ones, okay? You could get a lot deeper into these, and you know, I'm kind of bad at doing this, so, but I hope it's important. I hope you're kind of getting at least something from this. This is important stuff. This is how you feel good. You literally are what you eat. You are what you eat. If you're a fat piece of shit, you're freaking fat because of what you eat. You deserve it, okay? If you're a bodybuilder who's shredded for a show, you look amazing because of what you ate, what you did, okay? You are what you eat and what you do. Don't say what you are. Do and become what you are, okay? Listen to him, okay? Get your freaking micronutrients in, okay? Don't hate life and blame everyone else. Don't blame the system. It's freaking you. Take action, okay? It's time to go slam fucking chest now.